log in with the credentials. You'll just go to the menu and select the data center. So first off, I'm going to create a new data connector. So for that, I'm going to go to the new and select data connector. So here we have the different data sources through which we can connect. So I'm choosing MySQL. Here first off, I'm going to input my data connector a name. So I'm giving it a name, hiring connector. And here we need to input the credentials for the DB server through which we are connecting. So I'm giving it the username, password, IP address, port number of the database through which we want to connect. Finally giving the database name. Now I'm going to click on the test icon, and here it says successfully connected. So I'm going to save, and it's going to save this particular data connector. Now the next step would be to create a new data store. So we can create a store from here itself by clicking on the new data store icon. So now I'm going to create a new data store. So the first screen which we get is the getting data screen. Here I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to name this as hiring detail and input the query. Next, I'm going to click on the next button. Here we have the data type definition where we specify the measures, dimensions and time fields. Moving on, here we can give the hierarchy definition, add in any batch query if required or data restrictions. Finally, we get the schedule data refresh where we are scheduling the refresh. Here I am selecting the refresh now option and giving an email address to get a email notification regarding the status of the data store. We can refresh it daily, weekly, monthly or yearly. Any type of scheduling can be done. Now our data store has been saved successfully. We can check the status of the refresh of the data store by clicking on the eye icon. Here it says refresh process has started. Alternatively, we can receive an email notification. Here it says success. This means our data store is ready. It says loaded data saved successfully. Now we can create our business story. So we are going to click on the home button. Right clicking here, we are going to select the create story option. So I'm going to give this story some particular name. So I'm going to give this story hiring BS story as a name. Now we need to select our created data store. So once we select the data store, this is the console which we get. So suppose I wish to show the team wise sum of offered CTC. So I'm dragging the team as a dimension and offered CTC as a measure. So here on the right hand side we have different types of charts. We have bar chart, line chart, column chart, bubble chart, area chart, pie chart and tree map. We even have a data grid. Now here we can change the properties for this particular chart. Here I can change the aggregation type to mean, to get the average CTC. So this is the average CTC. I can change the name for this particular view. So I'm going to change this to average offered CTC. Now I can save this particular view. So once we are satisfied with the view, we can save the story. So this shows the story saved successfully. Here we have our story. Once we click on this particular story,